Hello and welcome to the final part of the Made Easy series. In this episode we'll cover Apomixis made easy. Apomixis is the process of converting non-sexual cells, i.e. cells not derived from meiosis, into seeds. This process is often associated with polyploidization, with diploid pollen passing on that trait. There are many different types of apomixis as seen in this image. It is unknown what causes apomixis, but most apomictic plants are hermaphrodites in nature, i.e. they have flowers that have both male and female parts, both pollen producers and pollen receiving organs. Most apomictic plants are facultative apomictic plants, relying on some combination of asexual seeds and sexually produced seeds, and for at least some species is controlled by one gene that is dominant in nature. Here are some examples of the different types of apomixis that can happen. It can be split into three broad categories. First is diplospory. In this form of apomixis, the embryos form from the megaspore mother cell, either via regular mitosis or meiosis begins and gets interrupted, and that interrupted meiosis form gets turned into a new embryo sac. The next form is called apospory. In ospory, the nucleus, which are the cells surrounding the growing embryo in normal plant development. In this form, these cells are used to form the embryo itself. This is the most common type of apomixis in higher plants. In rare instances, some species have multiple embryos per seed derived from apomixis in this form, which brings us to adventitious embryoni. Adventitious embryoni is a form of apomixis where pollination occurs regularly and traditional fertilization is used to produce a sexually generated embryo. But the nucleus also produces embryos as well that are genetically identical to the mother plant, much like the air forms of apomixis. And the conditions of the environment determine whether or not the clonally generated embryo becomes predominant or the sexually derived embryo becomes predominant. An example of apomictic diplospory would be dandelions, which produce asexual seeds through this process. An example of apospory, apomixis, would be Kentucky bluegrass, which produce asexual seeds using this process. And as for adventitious embryoni, citrus and certain mango cultivars have this trait. Using apomixis, plants can produce genetically identical seeds to the mother without reducing heterozygosity. And because of this behavior, certain crops like citrus are much harder to breed new varieties from than others. But as a side effect, they're also more easy to propagate. Well, that about covers everything. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to me on BitChute for a greater variety of content, 4 videos a week. And thank you to all my subscribers on both platforms. I appreciate it.